Okay, so today I'm going to teach you about, this is a second video, and this is a continue of the first video. I've already made the first video, and it's called Human Voltage Measuring Human Voltage. This time it's going to be animals, okay? And yes, animals have voltages too, okay? And I'm going to show it to you. Now, as of right now, an average, okay, how do you measure it? You put it on AC, you put your meter on AC, like this here, okay? And you turn it on AC, and you take one of the leads, doesn't matter which one. One is to go to the ground, okay? Because this is the wire that goes to the ground right here. You see my bracelet, my grounding bracelet, and it goes to the electrical thing right there. So all this is just a ground wire going through an electrical field, or going to the outlet, you should say, okay? And today we're going to measure animals, and I'm going to prove it to you that animals actually have voltage as well. Okay, and it's very simple, really, and I'll talk a little bit further about that too as well, and I'll teach you something today. Yes, my channel is all about teaching. Well, not really. What I've learned, what I've gained. I've learned, like I just posted to somebody, I've learned like so much. Sorry, I have to move the camera a little bit. I've learned so much because of it. I've learned so much because of grounding, or electromagnetic field, or well, in this case is EMF, and we're talking about absorbing, people absorbing through EMF, how you absorb your energy, how you charge your internal battery. And this video is about animals having their own internal battery, and it's very easy. I'm going to measure it for you. And another thing too, that yes, I will be again the first person in the world to tell you this again. You can actually steal your animal's energy. Now, here's the thing what I found, and here's the thing what I've noticed about him. When he's tired and when he's sleepy, when I touched him, I actually get sleepy too. Yeah. I'm going to be the first one in the world again to tell you this. And another thing that I will tell you, can your dog give you a heart attack? Yes. If you have a weak heart and you steal his energy, your heart will pump so fast that you might have a missed beat, and it might give you a heart attack. So if you see old people petting their dogs and cat, and they had a weak heart, yes, their dog and their cat can kill them. Yes, you heard it right. I am the first person probably in the world to tell you this. And maybe where's that myth came from that says a black cat is a black cat is unlucky? Might be it. That cat might have too much energy, and it actually might kill you if you're old or your weak is heart. I mean, your weak heart. You have a weak heart. So yes, it can kill people. Dogs and cats can kill people by just touching alone. If you're old enough, and I'm going to show you how, I'm going to show you why, I'm going to show you how I discovered this and everything in this video here, okay? So if you stay tuned, like I said in my other video, if you stay tuned enough, you will learn something. You might learn a lot from me, and I surely did. Another thing to it, I actually held this information for the longest time. I actually held it for over 6 years. I actually discovered this like 6 years ago, 6+ years ago. And I actually held all that time. And then recently I decided to, I said, you know what, I'm going to teach everybody on YouTube. Doesn't matter. I don't know where this information is going to come from, but I'm going to teach people. Anyway, so literally I knew this 6+ years ago about this when I actually first got him. So he's about 7 now. He's turning 7, I think. Just turned 7. So he's about 7 years old. Maybe about 7.5 maybe. So in dog years, like 7 times 7 is like 49. So he's like 49 years old. Well, that's what I was taught. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, for that, I don't know, okay? But this I know. Now, talking about if you see my other video, and if you haven't, it's video number 1, and it's measuring human voltage. I'll link it up to here. I will always link things here and at the end of my videos, okay? So if you check that out, if you finished this video, or if you haven't seen it, you might want to check that one out as well. So then you can put 2 and 2 together, and then you can know what I'm talking about. Now, it's very easy. All you need is to touch the ground, which is negative. Okay? Then I have to touch his belly. So I'm going to tell him to, can you turn over for me, Benny? Benny, can you turn over for your belly? Turn over your belly, please. Belly. Okay, now I'm going to touch. And you see how his voltage jumped up to 44, 44, 45? Right here. Okay? Right now, it's going down because there's nothing left. If I touch the ground, oh, he's touching the ground. Wait, stay right there. He's touching the ground wire. He's actually more. Like right now, okay? I'm going to bring back to 0. Okay, you saw the meter right here. Now I'm going to touch him. Can I? You see that? That's the right voltage right there. He's about 1 volt. Okay, his volt right now, it's about 1. You see that? And here's a funny part, and this is why I tell you. This is why I tell you that you can actually steal his energy, or vice versa. I can actually give him energy. Okay? Hold on. Let me get my plier to stay right there, Benny, please. I have to get a plier so I can ground one of the plugs. Like, I don't know if you've seen my other video, I put it in here. My black to go into here. So I don't, because I'm working with one hand. I'm working with one hand, I have to touch him on the other one, and he might move and blah blah blah. So okay, so now you saw that, so I'm gonna leave it on the side because he can't touch that. We're gonna work with one only. Now I'm gonna measure mine right now. I'll tell you what mine is, and pay attention right here. Right now mine is 1.37. Okay, and it's beeping at me because it's I hate this meter. It doesn't stay on. It's like automatic thing. I hate this. Oops, excuse me. Right now I'm at 1.22. Okay, let me get a piece of wood. If you saw me on my other video, because wood, I mentioned wood actually stop EMF. So I'm gonna stand on that so it doesn't absorb. And right now I am at 1 point something. Okay, because I'm not on my kitchen. My kitchen is kind of like we have a, today I'm actually pretty low. We have a linoleum which is plastic. I just took them off my hand now, but linoleum floors. It's old. It's an old house, so it's kind of plastic. And right now, look at my measuring, my energy. And if I step on the floor, see, if I step on the floor, I'm actually charging, and see how it's spiking up. That's my voltage, okay? So right now, as an average, I'm about 130. Let's say about 130, 127. It's discharging right now, okay? And watch how I touch him. Look at that. 1.5. If I let go, I'm back to 1.3 now, because I'm discharging right now, okay? Watch when I touch him again. See? It jumps up. So literally, by touching him, he's actually giving me his energy, and then I'm sending it to the ground. That's how that works, okay? And look. See? I touch him, I jump up. I let go, I go lower. And it's for him alone. Let me touch his skin. He has to be his skin. He's about 8 right now. He's about 9. Almost 1 volt. You see that? He's about 1. I normally see him as about 1 volt. But myself, I'm about 1 something. Usually, it's on a normal day, it's about 1, maybe 1.4 as an average. I see him as an average, 1.3 to 1.4. The highest I ever seen was 1.45. I'm not sure yet on that, but it's pretty much about that. So when I touch myself, I am right now, because remember, I'm discharging some of them. So I'm about 1.4, 1.5 right now. And watch, I touch him. Look at that. I jumped. See that? And if I touch the light, oops, look at that. Me and him are stealing so much energy from the light right now. So EMF work the same way, which is, that's what electromagnetic. What happened is, and I will tell you, and I'll tell you again in the story, and I'll tell you again and again, that electromagnetic doesn't die. It dissipates, but it doesn't die. So by doing that, he is absorbing. So if I take him away from this light, let's say if I shut this light off, and I hope, oh, you know what I can do? I can shut off the light, and then I can measure. Okay. Right now, he's about 1 something, okay? I'm going to turn this on so you can see. And I'm going to shut the light off. Not much of difference. See that? Not much of difference. Oh, he jumped. He jumped just a little bit, but not much of difference. If he's closer to the light, he would. Now, watch what happened. He's about 1, okay? Let's say he's about 1. He jumps up and down, because he's absorbing. He have every right to discharge and discharge. Now watch what I do. I touch him. See? Now I'm giving him more of my energy. He's absorbing me. So now he jumped up to 1 point something. Now if I let go, you see that? Now if I touch him in his skins, Benny, I know you're helping me. Look at that. If I touch him with his skin, look at that. He's stealing most of my energy right now. I'm sorry. I know it's a... You lay down, please. I know it's this pokey thing right here. He doesn't like it because it touches his skins. Now I'm touching him. See, he's an average of 1 point something, almost to his human battery. It's depend though. If he's high in energy, or if he's outside or whatever, you can actually do this on your own. Take your pet or whatever and measure that on your own too. You can do that. Then you know what I'm talking about. But okay, you can lay down now, please. But that's how EMF works. And I was transferring my energy towards him. And then for measuring that, that's how the meter takes it. Now if he touches me, he actually would give that to me. Oh, here's a thing for you. This is perfect example right here. This would be a perfect example where I actually mentioned this in my other video. We're talking about the sun. Why does dog actually lay in the sun? This is a perfect example to learn the lesson from here. What happened is he's absorbing. Remember, there's a light right over here. He's absorbing that light. When he's in the sun, he's the same way. When I touch him, he's actually stealing my energy. When he touched me, he's actually, when I'm stealing his energy. Depend on the person is grounding. So let's say if I am grounding and he touches me, he's actually releasing the energy. Here's another thing. And yes, I should win a Nobel Peace Prize for this too. I'll tell you a little thing. Why does a dog, if you ever notice a dog, they always touch a human. They always lay next to a human. They bump their back. They bump their head. Some dogs actually would sit on top of your foot. They will flop right on top of your foot. This is a perfect example for this. I'm so glad that I actually I thought of this long ago, but I'm actually remind me of this. And here's another thing. Why do people in church hold hands? I'm sorry to tell you, God ain't there. God is everywhere. He ain't there. He's already everywhere already. Why? Why does people in church hold their hands? I think you know the answer because I just gave it to you. It's because it balances out on everybody. And that's why it feels good. So they think that, oh, by going to church and you're holding hands, blah, 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 it feels good, blah, blah, blah. No. You're actually neutralizing. It's the same way if you put batteries together. And here's another thing. If you know about batteries and you know about charging battery, they call it a balance. When you're charging lithium battery, you have to balance all the cell. Imagine people in church each one of those is a battery. When they hold hand, they're balancing it out. Aha! If you think I'm clever, that's even more clever right there. That's why people feel good when they go to church, only when they hold hands. If they don't hold hands, they won't feel good. And if you notice, anytime there's a tragedy, like a shooting or a death or whatever, and people in the circle and hold hands, and they feel good afterward, is because everybody balancing their own energy out. And that's why they feel good. Get it now? And like I said, I am the first person in the world to explain this to you again. And that's why I said in my other video, stick around. I will teach you even more. I got more. But I'm going to do each segments because people learn things differently. And that's why I said, stick around. You will learn more from my channel. I promised. Okay? And one guy just told me that I was clever. Well, thank you very much for saying it. But because of my, I wasn't that clever before. But because of my EMF adventure, I became smarter. I became more of aware of myself. I became aware of my surroundings. I wear a lot of things, and I was wearing, and him. Remember, I always tell you, he taught me a lot of things. And like I said, I'm grateful for him. I thank him every day. I am very grateful for this dog. This dog had taught me a lot. This dog also taught me how to measure him as well. I didn't know that. I didn't know how to measure that 6-something years ago. I got curious. And that's how I was able to know that he have a voltage. And that's why I said animals have voltage too. How do you think his heart is being pumped every day? His heart and your heart is being pumped by the energy by the EMF that we absorb. Yes, I am the first person who will tell you again in the world, in this world again. You are actually keeping your heart alive by absorbing. And that's why in my other video, which is probably up here by now, I tell people all the time, it is good to be outside. It is good to go out and charge your internal battery. It's calling sunbathing. People call it sunbathing, but nope. Dog does the same thing. Dog will sit outside there, and I explained that in my other video. Human does the same thing. Human charge their battery, which power their heart, power their internal system, power whatever it is. It's all relied on your battery. All the communication is relied on electrons and protons. Yes, you heard it right. And yes, I am proud to say I'm the first person in the world to explain that to you as well. And I'm glad that, you found this video because you learned something. Believe it or not. And yes, I have kept that for a long time. I knew this for a long time. I just didn't want to, I just didn't know what to do with it. Now I'm ready to give it to the world. So that's when all these videos start coming out. And I will do more. I'm probably going to do more. Sometimes I take a break from my video. As you saw in my other videos, I take breaks from it. I take breaks from, for instance, see how this is moving up and down? It's because it's through the grounding. It's still measuring that grounding. It's never go to zeros. I have to adjust it. There's a thing in back here that I have to open it up and adjust to 0, and then it'll work. But it's only like, what, last time if I take this ground off, it would be like 0.7 millivolt or whatever. 0.07 millivolt. Somewhere there. So it's like nothing, really. So I didn't really, it's called calibration. Calibrate. You have to calibrate. There's a little thing in back here which I have to open it up, blah, 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 and didn't want to. So omit about 4 point or 40 millivolt, because that's what we're in right now, MV, okay? But anyway, so through all that, that's how I've learned all this stuff. I've learned so many things because of this dog, because of my sickness, because, not my sickness, it's just that I didn't know. I didn't know about any of these stuff. And that's how these video came about. That's how I started to share. So I'm going to make a bunch more. I'm not just going to, I tell people, whoop, it shuts itself down. Because it knows, because it's not connecting to anything, so it knows. But as long as I put that on here, it'll stay alive. But that's how I was able to know a lot of things. I was able to know a lot of things because of this dog too. This dog, like I said in my other video, oh my God, he'd teach me a lot of stuff. I'm gonna leave it on the side a little bit so we can concentrate on him. This dog taught me a lot of stuff. And look, just remember, it's plugged into here, okay? I didn't plug in anything else to give energy, okay? Because some people would say that I cheat or whatever. I'll leave it right there. I think that would be a good spot to see. But that's how you measure your animal, dog, cat. I'm going to leave it up here. There you go. Animal, dog, cat, whatever. I have not measured a cat, so I don't know what is the voltage of the cat. But if anybody have a cat and measure it, please let me know. I don't have a cat, so I can't really measure that one. But I know he or she have voltage as well. But as far as I know, he's about one. The farthest I ever seen was like 1.2, somewhere there. And then if he goes out in the sun, he rise, and then when he comes back inside, he comes back down. So it's depend. Like if he goes out in the sun, and that's why dog flops in the sun. That's why dog bathing in the sun. That's why a dog lays in the sun. And I have that in my other video, and for the longest time I couldn't understand it either. So that was another thing. I know this video is going to be long, and it's an educational video. Okay, it's not like a DIY, or it's not like, you know, some people wanted to explain really fast, but you can't. And also too is you're working with an animal. You have to, like, one person was like, oh, this video could have been shorter. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you're working with a dog. Not like he's a human. I can do this and do that and say, okay, get the hell out of here. You know, I have to wait for him. Like, one video, someone told me that I disliked the video because you test on an animal, you're testing EMF on an animal more than once. All you need is one time. And I'm like, I have tested, what, I think 3 or 4 times in that video. And there were 2 people saying that, oh, there must be gas around. Well, guess what? There's no gas around here, but I can take that fly swatter and do it again, and then he'll sneeze again. But see, people are like, you know, people still skeptical. I had him sneeze like 4 times in that video, and they still say that, oh, there might be gas in your house. Hi, we don't have gas in our house. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna let you know, it's all electric. Where I live, there's no gas. There's no gas whatsoever. The only gas that I have is coming out of my ASS, maybe. And another gas is the propane tank that we use it for barbecuing. Yeah, there's only 2 gas there. The only gas is probably from him. But anyway, I figure I'd throw that in. Yeah, the gases might come from my ASS when I FART. Yeah, but anyway, people are so skeptical about things, and so that's why I said that I had to put this in so people would see, you know, because some people were like, oh, you're putting something underneath there. Oh, you're doing this. Oh, you're doing that. It's like, hello, take the damn meter and do it yourself. You know, you don't believe me? Just take the damn meter and measure yourself. Measure your own voltage, then you'll know. Then you don't have to say anything before you even. Okay, sorry. My camera have a limit, so I have to redo another one. I'll merge them together. It's okay. So right now I'm still at 1.4. Let's see, heart. His heart is really strong. See, I got 1.9 right there. Now if he touches, lick it, lick. See, even licking it, it jumped to 1. You see that really quick? You saw his voltage. You can't take it from here. It's nothing because his. But look, as soon as I rub it, I rub from him, and that's how much static you get. And see, but if you hold still, that's his voltage right there. His voltage right now is only about 8 something because we're stealing from him already. He have to recharge it again. Remember, he's usually 90 to 1 volt. He's usually about 1. That's how I see it. 1 or below 1. But when he goes outside in the sun, he'll get more. And then me and him combined is almost 2. So somehow the transferring is only, it's only like, if he transferred to me, he only give me like 40 millivolt or something like that. Strange. I haven't figured that one out yet. But he, because that's why dogs always like lie close to you. If you ever see a dog, they lie close to you. They lie close to you because they have to discharge that energy. And that's why now it makes sense, isn't it? That's why a dog lie close to you. If you find him sleeping, he'll flop right next to me, sort of like how I mentioned earlier, how people hold hands in church. Same principle. And now you actually understand that further, that it makes them feel good. It's because all the new electrons is being neutralized, sort of like a battery. If you charge, if you know about battery, and if you don't, you probably want to research that or understand about that. Lithium batteries like that, they have to make a separate thing to balancing it out. Called balance it out. It's like they have to give them all to neutralize all the batteries for the cell to stay healthy. they have to neutralize those, because when drawing the cell is actually different. Drawing meaning when you're using the energy, some battery, or because corrosions, or because of the metal or whatever, it doesn't transfer properly. So when they use it, what they use is they use all different wires coming through there, and one wire would make it they call it balancing the batteries. And if you don't know about that, you might want to research or maybe learn about lithium battery. They do the same thing with like Tesla, with where the car is. They do the same thing with a bunch of other cars. Any electric cars, they have a balancer because it's lithium batteries. Your cell phones, because your cell phone only got one main one. Actually, some have two, but they're so close together you don't need. There is a balancer as well inside there. There's a little chip in there that balances both of those cells out, if it was two. But if there's one cell, then it's really thin cell. They don't need it because it's only one. But anytime more than one, they would have to get a balancer. And that's how that works. So basically me and him was balancing things out. And also too, like I said, about people who are in church. People who in church hold hands because they're balancing everything else. If you see, like I said, if you see like a tragedy or something, like a shooting tragedy or a death, or people always stand in circles and holding hands while they're praying, while they're doing this. But little as they know, they're not really praying or anything. They're balancing their battery out. And yes, will be the first person in the world who will tell you that as well. So now you know, and now it makes sense, don't it? Well, I'm pretty sure it makes sense now. So anyway, so that's how you measure an internal battery, and this is how you measure a dog's battery. And like I stated earlier, that dogs and cat actually can kill you. Yes. Just by touching alone. Because during that time, sometimes because your heart is weak and your battery is getting weaker, as you grow older and older and older, your batteries actually get weaker and weaker, and that's why you have heart attacks. Heart attack is not about things or whatever. Heart attack is about the battery. The battery in your internal battery is not being charged correctly, and that's why you get heart attacks. Aha! I should win a Nobel Peace Prize for that one too. So that's how I've learned. Because I've learned because of energy, because I've learned because of grounding, because I've learned of all this, I'm able to learn a lot of things, especially when it comes to voltage, human voltage, or even a dog voltage. And if you find this video, I'm pretty sure it's educational to you. And that's how I've learned. That's how I've learned a lot of things. And by him just touching here, he's actually losing right there too. Watch, his battery's only like 6 now, you see? Just by touching the hair. So if he step on it, I'm going to make him step. Stay right there, okay? Now he's touching. And now look. He's only 3 something. You see? Because he's discharging most of it away. See? He's only 6 something now. Whoops. Or, I hate this thing. It's either shuts down or it's either blah 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 blah. I hate it. But anyway. You got it, Benny? I'm sorry I have to put you through this, okay? But you're teaching people, okay? Those people up there are on YouTube or the world. If they're lucky enough to see this video, they'll learn something. Or at least take it to entertainment purposes, right? So now I'm going to ground him. Not ground, but he's just going to touch only. And then I'll touch him. See? He's only like, he's grounding. He's losing right now. He's losing his batteries. See that? Now let go. And I'll tell him to let go. I'll let him charge up for a little bit. And then let him touch again. And then touch him again. See, he jumped up to 8 now, 9. See that? Benny, what are you doing? Stay still, please. I'm sorry. I know. You're helping me, okay? Hope you can still see him. I know it's hard to, like, that people don't understand. Like that's why I told you earlier before. Like this person is like, hello. I mean, what part of the world you don't understand? I'm working with an animal. I'm working with a dog. Like, you know, it's a dog. How can I tell the dog to do this and do that? I mean, if I can, geez, I'd be rich. Hell, I wouldn't even go to school or anything. I'd be just rich off him. Right? Wouldn't that be grand? Yeah, right. Wishful thinking. But anyway, so that's how you measure humans, or in this case, an animal. And that's how you measure an animal. So now you know animal have voltages. Remember, all animals have voltages, okay? And yes, I'm going to be the first one in the world to say that too. All. Including a cell. Yes. Including water. Imagine. Water. I'll explain that in another video. Water actually have positive and negative neutrons and electrons. Yes. It's not like these, like in voltages like us or an animal. No. But yes, water have voltages. Can you imagine? I'll explain that in another video, not this video, because I don't want to crisscross informations, and then when people watch it and they'll be like, huh? You're telling me this, you're telling me that, blah, 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 blah. It's like, hello, I don't know what to tell you. I can only, this is non-scripted. This is not Hollywood that I write a script down and then I have to tell you this and do that. This is all on top of my head. This is all about learning. This is about how I learn it. This is how I discovered it. This is how I understand it. So it's like, people will be like, oh, you made this video too long. You made the, hello. I can probably actually sit here for an hour, 2 hours, 1,000 days, and some people wouldn't even understand this. Yes, you heard it right. Sad, but true. So, it's hard, yes, but I hope people would, you know, the educated ones, would understand it, and I hope people would take this and understand their own body, understand their surrounding, understand animals, or understand cells themselves, or understand EMF, because that's what this is. This is all about EMF, and that's why I said I've been making a lot of EMF videos because of this, because of how I discover a lot of things. So that's why I said, yeah, maybe stick around. You're going to learn more and more and more and more. I have more, but I don't know if I want to give that out yet. See, I got more in store for you guys, but I haven't figured out if I want to give it away or write a book or whatever. Maybe I'll get something out of it, because, you know, my discovery was very important. A lot of my discovery was really important. Maybe you don't see it, but it is. To me it is, and to me a lot of people would benefit from this, learning from this. They don't teach you this in school. Most of the stuff that I taught on the, not my food videos or my car video, whatever, those are just the stuff that I learned throughout, and I just post them. Like my car videos and my other videos, I just post them because I think people can benefit from it. There's certain stuff from my own stuff that I invent my own stuff, yes, but most of it is either I learned through the thing or blah blah blah. But some of these videos, like the EMF videos, most of the EMF videos, I thought all those by myself. I discovered all those by myself. No one taught me all this. Like I said, 6.5 years ago, like I told this person, I was like, this person actually, there was one actually told me that he was glad that he wasn't alone. And he felt like he was alone too. He felt like he went through this EMF journey alone as well. And I know exactly what he was talking about. And I'm so glad that he posted, because I gave him, I said that, you know, I'm glad now you know, and you are not alone. And I gave a bunch of hearts afterward. So I'm glad that he's He's not going through this alone, because when I went through it alone, oh my God, people around me think that I was crazy. People around me think that I'm making things up, that I was complaining about LED lights. I was complaining about fluorescent light. I was complaining the cell phone is hurting my brain. I was complaining that there's something in the house attacking me. There were so many things that like I said, if you hear from my other videos, oh my God, it is sad, but you know, it's the people who are close to you, the people who are like next to you, or the people who are close to you in your life don't believe you, and then think that you're crazy and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, if I'm crazy, drive me to a mental hospital and see if I weren't able to check myself in and check myself out, then you would think I'm crazy. But from proving it and from saying it, blah blah blah, and some people still, if you read some of the threads that I have on my channels or on my videos and stuff, oh my God, some of them is still saying it, just like last time I told you about that guy that was saying that, who am I afraid of? Anyway, so it's like that. It's sometimes, yes, it is hard, and sometimes it's a personal story. And like I said, if I can help one person out, that means a lot to me. That means that person doesn't feel, he or she doesn't feel alone. And if I can do that, let me shut this so I can save my battery. If I can do that, because I'm going to talk a little bit and I'm going to end this video soon. If I can do that, then that means I had helped somebody out. And like I said before, when I was on my journey, they didn't help me. So I know, I'm sorry, Benny, okay? I'm really sorry. We're almost done, Benny. I know, you helped me today. Thank you, okay? Thank you. I'll give you a little Slim Jim afterward, okay? I'll give you a treat, okay? Just to help me today, okay? You did good. But anyway, so throughout this journey, like I learn a lot, and I learn a lot of things. And for the people who are like, I mean, like I said in my other videos, like you can't even complete a sentence. I mean, before you attack me, before you say things, before you say a lot of things about me, or you don't know anything about me, maybe consider this video as entertainment purposes only. You know, some of my video was like, I just started putting entertainment purposes only in it, because I don't want to deal with that stuff. And then when they say something bad, you know, or when they say something stupid, I just say, oh, you forgot that this video is entertainment purposes only. That's the quickest way to get out of things. And then sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, you are 100% correct, just to end the conversation, because you know it's not going nowhere. You know, sometimes I have to do that. Most of the time I'm starting to learn now. I'm starting to be smart now. I was stupid before, but I'm starting to be smart now. I say, oh yeah, you're 100% correct, just to end the conversation, just to end, you know, things even though they're not. Let the world judge them, you know. They'll say something. But anyway, like today, I had another one. The guy's like, this is an educational video. It's not entertainment. I mean, this is more like educational, because I was teaching the person how to do this and that. And I'm like, yeah, you are 100% correct. I'm just doing it because I don't want conflicts. You know, and it is sad. It is sad that, like I tell people all the time, I don't make aliens videos or any other crap, you know. I don't make any of those aliens and Bigfoots and conspiracy, like 9/11 conspiracy. Oh Lord, those things are like all over the place. You know, but I'm teaching people how to measure, you know, a dog voltage, a human voltage. That's crazy, really? So it's like that. I mean, it's sad to go into this route that I have never thought that I would have made. I would never have thought that I would be growing up to do these videos. To be honest, truthfully, I didn't. This is all by accident. This is all by just me posting things up, because like I stated before, when I started to do videos, I actually started to do funny. I was gonna do crappy videos, you know, like funny videos and stuff. But then I started to see, wait a minute, you know, people can benefit from me, and vice versa. Because when I needed it, when I need something, someone was there for me. If I needed to know something, someone was there for me. So why not return it? And that's why I do all these EMF videos now, like from grounding to electromagnetic to radiations to all that. Because like a lot of people would try to sell you things, or to sell you pendants, and like a pendant. Like a pendant is not going to help you with EMF. You need in reality, you need like a 6-inch thick lead wall in order to block some of these EMF, sort of like the sun and everything else. So like the 5G here is coming, or whatever they're saying. I don't even know if they exist, but they saying the 5G is coming, blah 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 blah. You're gonna need like 6-inch wall all surrounding 360 in order to get away from that. And then you have to ground it at the same time. So you have to stick a big pole down the ground, link it to your lead walls and lead doors and all this stuff in order to get rid of EMF correctly. And then you have to sleep in there. But here's the problem. You cannot get air in there, because air have EMF. So you practically have to seal in there, right? You would have to take everything out of your air, and then you put it in there. But then the air is no longer the right air. That's another video too, right there. No longer the right air. You can't breathe air without positive and negative electrons. Yes, you heard it right. Again, you cannot breathe air. Air has to be electrons. There's a negative electrons and positive electrons. Positive and negative electrons in the air. Let's just, in the air molecule. Let's just put it that way, make it easy. So you cannot breathe unless they have those in there, or else your body won't charge correctly. Yes, you heard it right again, and I'm telling you, the only person who will tell you that too. So that's how far I understand things. That's how far, because of this, I understand things. And that's why now you know why I make these videos. I make these videos because hopefully I can show the world what I've learned. I can show the world what I have discovered, and maybe someone can benefit from this. And hopefully, like I said, even if they don't benefit from it, take it as entertainment purposes. That would be funny, right? Call that video crazy. That's funny, right? But anyway, I'm going to conclude this video because it's getting too long, and I don't want to take too long out of people's time and stuff. Like I said, this is not a DIY. This is not of any of those things. So it's kind of like, you know, teaching someone something, but also make it educational, but also make it fun in the process, or, you know, whatever. And I tell you, like I always tell you a little story behind little things, because it's sort of like presenting to a judge, you know. You have to lay out all your cases, you know. But anyway, but I hope you learned something from today, and I hope I make it all worthwhile to you for watching this video. And I hope you learned something from me. And I learned that, like I said, I have kept something like this for a long time, and now I'm actually leaving it. I'm teaching people, or I'm actually let the world knows. I actually kept this for a long time. I knew this things for a long time, and I kept it. I didn't know what to do with it, but now I found a reason to. It's to let people like me stop suffering. And I've seen a lot of people suffering. I myself was one of those people, and I know how hard it was. And I always tell people, and if you ever feel like you're alone, if you ever feel blah 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 whatever, don't come to my channel and talk to me if you need to. Maybe I'll find a way, you know. Maybe I'll help you out a little bit. Even if I don't help you out, consider as entertainment purposes, you know, because like I said, I've learned a lot. I've learned so much this past 6 years, and I kept everything for myself. But like I said, I got more. I have more to teach or to show. I don't know if I don't know what to do yet, but as I'll release a little by little, you know, and I hope that people would get something out of this, because it's all a learning process, progress actually, not process. Processing is like processing my head. I get a progress, but anyway, other than that, that's about it. And like I said, I hope you learned something today, and I will make another video soon, and I hope to see you in on my next video. Okay, and please remember, don't feel alone. Okay, you're not in this alone. You will never be alone. There will always be someone like you. Please remember that. Okay.